Hi, Lauren. Here we are again. How you going, Lauren?
Hey, Cher. So good to see you. Doing really well today. Thank you for asking. How about yourself?
How's it going over there? We're a bit early this week. We've decided to do this little pop-in a bit early this week, haven't we?
Yeah, sometimes our schedules get a little full and we have to decide. We've made a commitment, obviously, to do our weekly lives. And so, hey, if it's a couple days early, that's okay.
Well, we're doing it because we're talking about a great subject today, but perhaps we'll just wait. If you're coming on, please come on and say hello to us, everyone. Tell us where you're from, and we'll just talk about ourselves, which we really like talking about to begin. So, Lauren, would you like to begin and just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you work and what you do?
Sure. And I just want to say thank you again, Cher, for setting up this live and doing all the work behind the scenes, getting us going here. I'm so excited about this topic. I know it's not only timely, but it's very, people have a lot of questions about it. So yeah, sure. I'll say a little bit about myself. So I am a intuitive energy medicine practitioner. What that means for me is that I do Reiki healing sessions. I've been certified in Reiki, so that's one method that I use for healing. I also do essential oil consultations. I'm certified specialist through doTERRA essential oils, and I love to help people get connected to Earth Mother's medicine and herbs and spices and how to use that in their lives. And finally, I am a psychic medium and I do intuitive readings. So I do several different things and I just love it all. Love it all.
All right. Well, that's Lauren is, and she's a great psychic medium as well. I can talk from experience because she's actually done a reading on me, so I can tell how amazing she is. So I encourage anybody to get to visit her website and check her out because she is incredible. And I do love her to bits.
LaurenApplewood.com. LaurenApplewood.com.
LaurenApplewood.com.
Thank you.
She is amazing.
So are you.
Oh, bless. I love you. Yeah, I am. We are together. And hi, Catherine. Thanks for coming in. It's nice to see you, Kat. Okay, so I'm Cher Slatyer and I'm a psychic medium. Wiccan witch, Gothic Wiccan witch. I read people, do psychic readings and mediumship readings. And my aim is to give the people here on this plane closure and hope or bravery and sending love messages. I also am in forensic mediumship as well. That's my passion, my path, where I've helped people or loved ones that have gone missing. I've been able to give information to help these loved ones here, or if they've lost family members to suicide or death and misadventure, I've been able to bring closure to those people. So it's my absolute bliss and my passion. And the same as Lauren, whenever we touch spirit or connect with spirit and connect loved ones, it is our absolute bliss and absolute honor to do so. So that's just a little bit about us and how we work. And you can visit my website, cherslatermedium.com, and you can check out our services. And Lauren's is laurenapplewood.com, and make a booking with us. And we'd love to see you. And it's sometimes good fun because spirit brings through some amazing things.
It is, and please feel free to even use our contact forms to just ask us any questions, anything.
Yes.
I'm open to answering any questions. Absolutely.
Yeah, and even in the chat, please feel free to ask us questions. Though we cannot answer personal. We won't be answering personal questions because they are very private, and our readings are very intimate. So any private questions or things like that, please ask those in a reading or book a session with one of us, because we won't be going into that sort of information in this public forum because it is so intimate.
That's true. We do want you to, interact with us on what our topic is today.
Yes.
It's very, very full topic. So
it is a full topic, and it's one of my favorite topics because it's a very witchy thing to do, but it's one of your favorite topics too because it's an energy thing, and we're very excited to bring it to you because it's both one of our favorite topics that we love to share because
it really is.
We
it's
are
all about
products.
intention and well, do you want to get us started on what actually, so we're getting together a little bit early because we wanted to talk about manifesting and the new moon. And the reason that is because the new moon is the perfect time to set the intention for the next couple weeks. And so we're going to touch on all of that.
Yes, and the new moon actually affects us the week before and the week after, before it even happens. So the new moon here in Australia is, or the goddess, as being a Wiccan witch, is actually this Saturday for us.
Okay.
And it's also, there's different phases of the moon. So the new moon is actually the crone. So it's Mother Maiden Crone if you're a Wiccan witch or witch that understands this. So the crescent moon is the maiden moon, the full moon is the mother, and the new moon is the crone. And under the new moon, as witches and or Wiccan witches, we have certain things that we do in certain ways. So we always have our intentions, we do our shadow work, we do our protection, we do some divination, we meditate and journal and do some introspection. So it is quite a big shift for us as witches. That's what we do under the new moon.
Yeah, there's rituals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's rituals. There's rituals.
And I also want for those that are not as familiar with the moon cycles, to just quickly go through what the new moon means and what it means to us individually. The new moon is is a new beginning.
Yes.
It represents new beginnings, and it's the start of the cycle, the monthly cycle. And it's where it all begins, basically. It's time here now. It's time to acknowledge your goals. Think about what you want to create in your life. Other things, you might want to write a to-do list and think of new projects. And lastly, make sure you're clear and you clarify your intents moving forward.
Yeah, it's like a clear slate. It cleans away the slate, ready for the new. And it is the ideal time to manifest. It's also, I just have to say that the new moon's also in Pisces, and it's making the best day of the year. So it's time to tune into your imagination and your subconscious. Your intuition will be intense. Yes, Lauren and I, your intuition will be intense. I'm a water sign, and I can tell you that it has been intense, and Lauren can understand that. So your intuition at the moment will be intense around this time, and you may even feel the need to embrace fantasy, glamour, goodness me, all that spiritual and otherworldly, or dip into healing therapies. No better time at the moment to do this, especially around this new moon. So if you're wanting to take on Lauren and our services, please feel free, because this is the best time to do it. The new moon in Pisces also and the sun are going to be cozying up closely together at the moment with the planet Venus, which is the dreamy planet Neptune, and also the dreamy planet Neptune, forming a full-blown stellium of planets in Pisces sensitive territory. This means that some of us are going to wade through intense feelings, but if you are a water sign, you will have to wade through those intense feelings. If you're that you're used to swimming through, though, you as water signs, we're used to swimming through these oceans of emotions, because as a water sign, let me tell you, I think we're sometimes the extreme of the emotion. Yes, which means you will have you'll have an easier time swimming through this time, through this new moon energy. So for us water signs, we're so used to swimming through these emotions, so it will be a bit more of an easier time for us. But yes, it is a time to release and also manifest what we want.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Those are things that I wasn't that familiar with. it's hard to stay up with all the information and trying to, you know, do the best we can on each phase of the moon and all that. But I did want to bring out my selenite today.
Oh, she's bought this selenite. Gorgeous,
selenite,
Lauren.
Okay, selenite is a crystal. It's actually named after the moon goddess Selene. So
Correct.
That's why I felt it was so fitting today. And one thing about selenite is it's clearing. It basically releases and clears your energetic aura field. And so I just want to do a quick swipe, not only across for everyone that's watching, but show you how it's done in person. You swipe down the front of your aura, swipe down the back. You want to swipe down the sides of your aura, because this very special crystal clears and transmutes those energies that you've collected throughout the day or the week. And it's just such a perfect crystal to work with on the new moon, the full moon, any phase of the moon. And I just highly recommend it. It's amazing. You can even put other crystals on top of the selenite tray to charge and clear.
And Lauren's just done that beautifully and sending that energy around the world. So that is just gorgeous. Lauren's actually just cleared us all that are here tonight and this afternoon that are watching, because that energy actually transmit, and she's manifested that. So she's actually sending that beautiful energy all around the world, and we're incredibly blessed. So thank you, Lauren. That was just amazing.
Thank you.
My darling, I felt it over here. And we
know all it takes is the intention. Am I intending this to clear just myself, or do I want everyone to experience the clearing that are watching? And it's the intention, and where the intention goes, the energy flows.
That's right. It does. It does. And that's a good segue into, shall we talk about how we actually clear our tools and our crystals under a new moon, Lauren? Shall we just have a bit of a chat about how we do that before we go on to how we're going to release things and manifest things? Is that all right?
I would love to hear more about that crystal work. Absolutely.
I love showing my witchy stuff. You know how I am. And to any chance to bring those out and to have a bit of fun, you know, Cher's up for that. Okay, yeah. So under a new moon, as a witch, we also we write in our journal. Of course, we manifest what we want in our journal, and we put it out to the moon. Of course, it's setting an intention, and it's only when you're manifesting something, think of something that's for you, not for, well, you can manifest things for other people because it's in their highest intention, only for the good. The other thing we do is, for me, I like to put all of my herbs out into the new moon, and our crystals and any tools that you tend to use, you know, any of your divining tools that you use in your craft or your witchcraft, all goes out into the new moon for the cleansing. And of course, we use our sage. This is one that I've just made. So we go around and we cleanse, and our moon water. Don't forget your moon water. All out under the new moon, and also clearing, not only cleansing and charging your crystals, and you can make your moon water, but you can set your sacred space. You can burn your incense and herbs for cleansing, and you can also make your black salt, which is a great thing for us witches. We use that for protection around our homes and to protect ourselves, and sometimes inside the home. So that's just a few of our new moon rituals, and a few new moon rituals that I do. I also like to put my jewelry and things out in the new moon that also cleanses that, particularly where crystals are involved. And I like to also put myself out into the new moon, believe it or not, and do my own rituals in that. So there's a lot of things that you can do under a new moon, and a full moon for that matter. But yes, that's just a few little witchy tips.
Thank you, Cher, so much. Excuse me, we all are wanting those witchy, back to earth, back to body basic tips. And honestly, I feel like we may need to just step back a little bit for some of our viewers, and to help them understand actually what manifesting means. Because the word manifest and manifesting is pretty trendy right now, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it's very
trendy. It's everywhere. It's, you know,
everywhere.
And at least for myself, I kind of had to be like clear in understanding, well, what is manifesting? What is that? So basically, manifesting in your life, it's bringing something tangible into your everyday life through attraction and through belief. So it's like the law of attraction, actually. And I know probably most of our viewers are familiar with the law of attraction, maybe even the book The Secret, because that book really goes into depth and detail about the law of attraction. And manifesting is more than just willpower. It's more than just positive thinking. Okay.
Yes.
It really is. It's basically making everything that you want to feel, that you want to experience, into reality.
Yeah, it's about setting that intention. It's about setting that thought. Everything is energy. You know, as a Wiccan witch, you know, everything how I work is I believe everything we say, do, speak, write, type, think goes out to the universe and comes back to you threefold. So in that, you're setting your intention. You're setting your intention of what you actually want for yourself. And let's say that when you do manifest something, and Lauren and I are the proof of the pudding there, because both her and I have been on our own separate spiritual journeys, but both of our dreams are both coming true. We're now doing lives together, which was an absolute dream of mine when I first met Lauren. And I'm sure Lauren felt the same way, and spirit brought us very much together. But we are both on an amazing spiritual path. I manifested, you know, last year having a website of my own and getting myself completely out there as a Wiccan witch. And I can tell you that happens so very quickly. And it's just, if it's in your highest good, and I know Lauren did the same. Lauren manifested to have herself out there, and to be able to send her love around the world in the way that her energy works, and she manifested her website, and her website, you know, came up in divine timing. It's everything's in divine timing.
Right.
And it's always right. And you'll only get what you ask for. Let me say, you only get what you ask for if it's in your highest good to actually receive, to have that. Because we could ask for things, Lauren, and we don't always get them, you know.
No, we don't. And that's important to have patience, okay? And not only patience, but being so entirely clear in what you want. So I want to relate it to, let's say, what are some of the things that we might want to manifest? Let's say, for example, a new partner. Well, you have to have patience. That just because you think one night and you imagine that person and their full essence and everything and their character and everything, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to show up the next day or the day after. You have to have patience, and you have to keep that intention going. It's not like, oh, today's the new moon, so I'm going to set the intention once. No, the new moon is asking you to do that, but to continue the process, you know, every day.
Every day. And another good tip, and I'm going to say it, sorry, Loz, another witchy tip is I tend to write things down, and I put them up in front of me so that I can see them every day. And just by seeing them and saying them every day, you're actually manifesting that for you, and you're actually setting that intention. And if you say it's in your highest good, then it'll be delivered in the divine timing. And let me tell you from personal experience, I've had some things that I've manifested some 20 years ago, and they're just coming to fruition now. So everything happens in divine timing and when it's meant to be. You can't force these things, because if you force them, then it's in the wrong energy. So it's very energy based, and it has to be for your highest good and really what you want and what's
absolutely. So if you want to manifest something, and the universe and your higher self know that it's not in your highest good, well, guess what? It's probably not going to show up.
Yes.
It's important to realize that manifesting is a co-creation. It's a co-creating with you and the universe. It's a back and a forth. And honestly, knowing what you want to manifest is only half the battle. The other half of the battle is action, because you won't see those results, those manifested results in your life unless you take action. Oh no, really? I can't just think it. I can't just be like, oh please, oh please, oh please, give me more money, give me more clients, please, 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 and leave it at that. Apparently not. Apparently, you know, you have to take action steps, you know. And some of you might be thinking, well, what are some common things that we might want to manifest in our life? Like, what? Well, there's, you know, you could be wanting to manifest a new partner. You may want to manifest new hopes, dreams, goals in your life. You may want to manifest a healthy relationship or a new job, or you might want to manifest more money in your life or some new friends, right? Like, yeah, so
right.
These are just some examples. What I want to share is an example of something that I go through in manifesting almost on a daily basis, and that is, personally, I want to manifest more clients into my realm. Realm, as you say, Cher.
Realm. Well done.
I've taken that term and fully embraced it.
I know. Well, you know, it happens, doesn't it?
It happens when it's good.
It happens,
nice, right? Yeah. So if I want more clients in my life, what do? I'll tell you what I do. I actually have to sit, you know, in quiet and fully visualize what my month, what my week looks like. Meaning every day I see myself surrounded by, you know, 6 to 8 clients. And I envision this. I envision it. I feel it at my deepest level. I go there. I put myself in that situation and ask myself, what does that feel like? What does all of a sudden having an abundance of clients feel like? It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and it's one that I don't want to ever be outside of. So the visualization portion is so important.
Yes,
for manifesting your desires.
Yeah, visualization is a big thing to manifest your desires and what you want. And Lauren's exactly right. Both her and I, you know, do a very similar in that way. And yes, I do. I sit with the same intent that Lauren does, and I send it out to the universe. But I also manifest it in a particular, you know, I love my journaling, and I know the power of me, and I know the power of the written word. For me, that's what works for me. So I will use my journal and journal down exactly like Lauren. You know, if it's in my highest good, I send it out to spirit and to the universe, and I send it out in unconditional love always. And yes, I write things down in a journal so that it's, and then I put that out in the new moon to basically cook with my crystals on it. And I've already set the intention, and I'll leave it out in the new moon and allow it to be. But it is, and it can be also just about writing it down and pinning it up somewhere. And so you do say it over and over again, because it is a work in progress. It's not always brought at your front door. Love's not brought to your front door and they're knocking on there going, hello, I'm your partner today.
Really?
On that. I thought I'd ride in on that big black horse, and I saw the candles in the window, so I thought I'd just, you know, knock on your front door.
Pop over for a visit.
Pop over for a cup of tea and make sure that, you know, you're in, so that we could have a little cuppa and a little chat, Mr. Prince Charming, that's just ridden on his big black horse. So it's not going to happen that they're going to be knocking on the, oh yeah, don't we wish for that? I wish, you know, we all had it.
Every day, Sharon, waiting for that knight in shining armor in my black horse to ride on through, just like tear my door down.
And just interestingly enough, Lauren, just with you actually verbalizing that, and just with me even verbalizing that, that is part of the intention, and that also is part of the energy, and that is also part of the manifesting, because it's going out there. The more we talk about what we want in our worlds, the more it's going to happen, because the intention is set. You want Mr. Prince Charming coming down your road on a big black horse like me, and that will happen in divine timing. You hand it over to spirit. It's in your highest good. Then that will happen in divine timing. And just by saying it is all energy, and it goes out to the universe and comes back to you threefold. So the more you talk about it, whether it be with friends like Lauren and I are just chatting here tonight and this afternoon, the more the intention goes out to the universe, and the universe goes, well, actually, those girls do actually want Mr. Prince Charming on his big black horse, and we'll choose somebody that is of unconditional love, because that's what those two, Lauren and Cher, are actually asking for. And yes, Lauren and Cher have also asked for a full book of clients all the time, and in abundance, and ask for abundance. And in asking for abundance, it's not just about clients either. It's the abundance of love, the abundance of clients. It could be abundance of anything really. And in manifesting in an abundance, you actually, even though as a witch I do things for myself, but I also, if it's done in the highest good, I ask for the abundance of joy and love for my children and my family. And then I also say that for my clients as well, because when I sit in manifesting and I sit in what we call in the power, and I know the power of me, and Lauren knows energetically the power of her and the energy that we have and how we can send it out to the world. So we send it to our family, we send it to our friends, and we send it to our colleagues, and we send it as in circles as I go, and we send it to our clients, and then we send it around the world. And for that is the true magic, and really that's part of manifesting.
It is. And we're not any greater than anyone else. We just happen to have more practice in this arena, which has meant years of practice and years of honing our intentions and our thought patterns. And you bring up a really good point, Cher, which is, if you want to know how to manifest in your life, the very first thing that you need to do is to be clear on your intention. Be clear on what you want. What do you want? Some people might sit here like this thinking, God, I don't know. I really don't know, because life has just taken control of me. What is it that I want? Not what my husband wants, not what my kids want, not what my parents want, but what do I want? I want to manifest things that make me happy, not what make other people happy. And sometimes, and I know a lot of people can relate to this, is you have to drown out or completely block the thoughts and the intentions of others, because they may not be for your highest good.
That's right. Good point, Lauren. That's awesome. Yes, exactly. If you're taking on somebody else's energy, or you're taking on somebody else's thoughts, and then you're setting the intention, then yes, that can backfire on you. And it has to come from within. It's part of self-love. It's the self-love of you, really, and you're worth it. Don't think that you're not worth. Lauren and I do this. Yes, we do this professionally, but I want to tell you that we teach our clients how to manifest and do this, because they are worthy. Everybody is worthy of unconditional love. Everybody is worthy of that. And by talking about it, and I know I go on about it every single week we come in, and I can't say it enough that, stand in front of the bloody mirror and say, I am worthy of unconditional love. I send unconditional love. I surround myself in unconditional love, and I am unconditional love. And the more you do that, the more you will feel that within yourself, and it really does work.
It's so true. And I appreciate you, Cher, reminding us every week, not only for myself to hear it over and over again, but it's so important that whatever is going on in our life, we release it with unconditional love. A breakup, a divorce, a new job, leaving our boss, whatever. do not harbor negative feelings towards these people.
Yes.
They just happen to not be in your highest good.
Yes.
But they're someone else's highest good.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is relative. And so what's so important is to release them with unconditional love and give that. And frankly, that is a whole process in and of itself. It's not just, oh, I give you unconditional love, but it's fully visualizing it, feeling it, watching the energy leave your heart center and reach out to that individual. It's a whole process. The more you can visualize yourself hugging that person, loving that person for who they are, not only will that lift them up, but it will lift you up as well.
That's right.
And it's the hardest thing to do for people that have
hurt us. It's the bloody hardest thing to do, to release. It's really hard, and we did touch on that last week. I feel like I need to get my cauldron again and get the cauldron and do my releasing again, Lauren, and show you know, that I feel like getting my cauldron, but I don't have it. But I've got my cauldron cup, so we'll just use that in the interim. We've got my little cauldron cup because my cauldron's at the back and we're in the middle of chatting. So one of the things that I know I spoke about this last week is write down what no longer serves you on a piece of paper and burn it and pop it in your cauldron and just release it outside. Please take your cauldrons outside or wherever you're going to burn it outside, because I have done it in the house and we've smoked out the house. But if you write down what no longer serves you, whether that be a partner you're releasing, whatever it is, photograph of the person, whatever, and then you pop it in your cauldron, you burn it, and you release it out to the universe, and that will help you feel uplifted. And you send it in unconditional love, of course, and let the smoke go to the universe. That's just one little witchy tip to release that energy out. And it makes you feel uplifted and happier. And
it actually does.
Yes.
It's just something about the energy and releasing. And I mean, it's amazing how such a simple ritual can have such large effects on our well-being and how we function throughout the day.
Sometimes it's the simplest things, isn't it, Lauren? Sometimes it's the simplest things, even if you write it down, like writing it down and just ripping it up, putting it in the bin is another one. You know, it's the simplest things, that anything that talks to you is the right way on how to do that, you know, or write it down, as I said last week, and fold it up, put it up into your front door for overnight, and then go for a big long drive to somewhere that you don't go, and release it out the window. Any release is for your highest good anyway, because otherwise you're going to carry that baggage through and it's going to manifest into something in the physical if we hold on to things. And Lauren and I have spoken about that before as well, that if we don't let go of things, that it will make you sick and it will manifest into something physical if you keep carrying those heavy bags through life.
Yes, and you bring up a good point on how to manifest, basically, you know, because we want to give everyone as many ideas as possible on how to manifest your desires.
Yes.
You deserve what you desire, pure and simple. You deserve it. And you do not have to accept any less. No. So one part of that is letting go of resistance and limiting beliefs, which I kind of feel like, you know, you're touching on with this, you know, write down something like self-doubt, or, you know, maybe I don't deserve this. There's a lot of fear and anxiety and negative self-talk that goes on with all of us. Like, I'm not worthy enough, or I'm not good enough to be successful or receive abundance of money. And I can say that because I have felt those feelings and thoughts for myself. But if you're not conscious of those limiting beliefs that you're putting on yourself, you will actually continue to perpetuate and bring in that negativity into your life.
Yeah, it's all energy. And it could be It could be, Lauren, also even patterns of distrust or betrayal, fear of being seen, and the abuse that has come with that in the past. You know, old relationships and the fear of not finding right people in my life. You know, it's those things. So in releasing all of that, then you're ready to manifest into what is for your highest good and what is meant to be. So having more fun, you know, being seen for any talents as your true self with confidence, or finding your tribe, you know, the people who I feel comfortable with, or who complement my personality, you know, who get along with me. So then you start manifesting the positive things in your life, and therefore they'll present themselves. And the more you believe it and speak it and do it, the more it's going to come to you. And let me tell you, it's a magically powerful thing, and you will see change in your realm like nothing else on this worldly plane. And it's a beautiful,
it's magically powerful, and especially touching on the fact that I wanted to manifest new friends in my life, but not just new friends. I wanted to manifest friends that were on the same spiritual track that I'm on, and in fact those that have developed higher, and ones that I want to follow and learn from. And you can't, again, with manifesting, I couldn't just go through my day and randomly think every once in a while, God, wouldn't it be nice to have more awesome friends? Wouldn't it be nice to have more friends that like get me? You have to intentionally sit with that feeling, with that thought. Give yourself 5 minutes. We all have 5 minutes to sit, relax, deep breathe, open up our hands, keep them in an open receiving position, and tell the universe what we want. And not only tell it, but visualize it. Visualize yourself surrounded by people. Visualize yourself laughing and having a great time and having a great energy exchange. It's the more specific you can get, then the more specific those people will be brought to you.
And particularly when you're manifesting a partner, please be very specific, because it's very powerful. I have a little thing that I have done in the past, and it's worked every time. You basically get a piece of pink paper. You write down on it, be very specific about the person that you want in your world, in your realm. You can do hair.
So that means you can say tall, dark, and handsome, or short and blonde, and surfing, right?
That's right. It doesn't matter what.
Specific.
Very, very specific. And let me tell you, I've had clients in the past, and I know it's worked for myself. And then you wrap it up with, of course, red ribbon and the rose quartz crystal on it, because for there is the love and there's the intention. And let me tell you, I've had clients that have had magical things happen from that. They've found their soulmate, and their soulmates come into their realm, and they're just absolutely blissfully in love. So I've been very blessed to know that that has worked for them just by manifesting somebody into their realm, and I've been honored to be on that path with them. So it does work. It's power. It is a very powerful tool. So as long as it's done from the unconditional heart space, because if it's not done from unconditional heart, it won't.
So you want to start from from unconditional love.
Yes.
And no selfishness, no selfish, like, well,
no ego.
Bring it to me.
Ego.
I want it. No
ego.
This is about, I want to experience the abundance so that I can give abundance.
That's right.
And actually, this brings me to a good point. Okay, so we're back to the law of attraction.
Yes.
If you put the thoughts of abundance out into the world, abundance will be brought back to you. But what kind of abundance do you want? Be clear on that. Abundance of friends, abundance of coworkers, abundance of lovers. I mean, an abundance of money. Who knows who you are and what your desires are, but I'm here to say I love all desires, and I think that it's right, like, because it's individual to that person. It's individual, and we have no judgment. If your desire is to get more sleep at night, then there's a process to go through that to get
it works. It's all the intention. If you're wanting, like, I can tell you I don't sleep very much, and I know Lauren doesn't sleep very much. It's part of being the mediums that we are. Yes. Unfortunately, spirit comes through.
Spirit never sleeps, and they
never sleeps. And believe me, between the witching hour, between midnight and 4 a.m., we're awake. Let me tell you, with spirit. So, but then within speaking about that as well. So Lauren and I'd be lucky to get a couple of hours sleep a night. But in speaking about that, we can also set the intention to spirit, and we say to spirit, okay, spirit, we'd like to have 4 hours sleep tonight, please. And miraculously, it does work. It's trusting spirit, trusting the universe, and spirit does listen, and they're working. Don't forget, these are your loved ones on the other side, and they want nothing more than to see you love yourself and see you happy and see you enjoy and see you in your bliss. So spirit's working for you. Your loved ones are over the other side going, bloody hell, I'm trying to work here, and I'm trying to give things to you. So, they're listening to you all the time, not only the universe, but it's spirit. So yes, if you set those intentions, yes, you will get the sleep, Lauren.
It is. And actually one of the first introductions to manifesting, I guess, that I had was many years ago, and this is from a surgeon uncle of mine who told me he had a trick. He never set his alarm, but what he did do was the night before he would physically say out loud, I am gonna wake up at 5 a.m. No ifs, ands about it. He says it with full intention and full belief that he will wake up at 5 a.m. and he does not have to set his alarm. And guess what? This man wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, no alarm clock, because he continues to set that intention every night.
And it's visualizing it, Lauren, too. It's visualizing it, it's feeling it, it's writing it, it's thinking it, it's talking it, it's all of that energy. And by doing all of that, which your uncle did so beautifully, he was then waking up at 5 a.m. without a problem. You don't need to set an alarm because he's already set that intention. He may not have written it, but he's certainly thinking about it. He's talking about it. He's told you about it. So he's manifested it. He's told his beautiful niece about it. So he's already set that intention. So that's going to happen.
It was fascinating.
Yeah.
It was fascinating to me because I'm like, at that point in my life, 10, 15 years ago, I did not understand the connection between thought patterns and energy and law of attraction and all that. So it brings us back to the point of being very clear in your intention. You have to be clear, not saying, well, I want to wake up early in the morning. What's the universe going to do with that?
Yeah.
What's the universe going to do? How clear is that? That's not that clear. That could be, okay, I'm going to wake up anytime between 3 a.m. and 11 a.m. I mean, right? So, so be very clear and just start to think about some of these things that you may want to bring into your life. And again, manifesting is bringing in the tangible, the what you can feel, the tangible into your everyday life.
Yeah,
by using thoughts, prayers, meditations, visualizations, even a vision board. I love.
Oh my goodness. I was waiting for you to bring that up, Lauren, like anything else. I just want to say some hi to some people that have just come on as well. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Tara. Lovely to see you guys coming in. A few Aussies here coming on. Well, and I'm sure you've got some friends over there. But yeah, I'm glad you brought up the board, Lauren. I've been waiting for that because
you want to talk about it?
I'm so excited about vision boards. Let me tell you, I've got a great big board in my room that has everything on it of what I want and what I'd like and how I'd set my intention. And it could be as like, I've got even my passport on there. So I've got everything on there. So I've got picture of a plane, my passport, and many other things on there. That is what I would like for myself. And by putting it up on a vision board, it could be a home. You want to purchase a home. Or it could be, Prince Charming. Put Prince Charming up on there. Be very specific, please. This is the power of it. You have to be very, very specific. And like Lauren said, be very clear of your intention, because it will work. And I've done vision boards my whole life, and it has worked. And it is very powerful tool to use. Very powerful.
It works. Let's some suggestions of things to throw on your vision board. Wardrobes. I'll give you an example. I used to not live as colorfully as I live now. So on my vision board that I created a year ago, I put up pictures of girls in like floral pants, floral shirts, just like professional, looking pretty. And because that board at that time to me was all about bringing more color into my life. The color therapy, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
We'll have to talk about that. We have to talk about that too, Lauren, another day.
Yes, because I happen to be someone who went from a whole black and gray wardrobe to all color. And my life is so much fuller and happier because of it. And I can say directly, it's because of the choices I made, the intentions I made, the vision board that I made. And you have to put that vision board somewhere where you're going to see it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be. Mine's in my bedroom. I don't know where yours is, Lozzie.
Yes,
and there I go again. You have to excuse me. Lauren, I've called you Lozzie again. I'm sorry, my darling. Okay. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you again. Karen's come on to say hi. Lovely to see you, darling. Yes, so it's got to be somewhere that you're going to see every day, whether it be in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your bathroom. Goodness me, there was even times that I used to put it on my ceiling, so to manifest things on my ceiling. So when I was lying in bed, it was the first thing that I woke up to in the morning, or I put it on my wardrobe door. So it was the first thing that I would see every day. So you're actually seeing every day.
Reminding me that I need to actually do a new vision board.
Oh, there you go. You go.
It's up to everyone how often they want to do it. But what is so amazing about this vision board, it's just like what we're talking about. It's being able to visualize the things that you want in your life. And the more you look at it, the more you visualize that, the more you feel yourself into that situation. What would I feel like wearing this certain clothes? What would I feel like sitting over here on the beach? What would I feel like using Zen principles in my meditation? And it's a transformative process for yourself.
It is a
trend. Who doesn't want to transform and grow from their, caterpillar selves that I'll just relate it to me. I feel like I've been going through life as a little brown fuzzy caterpillar, just kind of like waiting for that moment that I'm gonna, stop, develop, and then come out a full butterfly. I have to say that's already happened. Yes. That full butterfly caterpillar life cycle has happened with me. So, but it's a process. Again, we want to reiterate that this is a process. You have to have patience. It's not a one and done.
No, certainly isn't a one and done. It's a constant thing that we do on a daily basis. And Lauren's description there of the caterpillar is truly exactly what it is. It is a process, and it's not done overnight, and it is a transformational process. But once you start doing this, let me tell you, it's going to rock your world like nothing else.
Think about how that butterfly, that caterpillar actually has to go inward.
That's right.
Gosh, I'm not scientific. I don't know how many weeks they are in their chrysalis, but but what they're doing in that is setting the intention to change.
Yes.
And that change is taking place in a cocoon. It's taking place in a place of safety. Okay, so that's important. You know,
Yes.
that as we go through these changes in our life and upgrading our vibration, that we find these people, we locate people who are on our same journey. And maybe not just that, but those that have completed the journey. Because there's so much wisdom in that. And that's why Cher and I think are really good friends, because, you know, she has many things that I aspire to. I'm sure I have things that she aspires to incorporate into her world. Our magic is unique, as she likes to say.
Our magic is unique. And I must say, I've just looked at my phone. So there's another idea, because it's just come to me that I used to also put things on my screensaver of what I wanted to manifest. Because how many times do we have the bloody phone around? We've got it with us 24/7 almost. I don't know about you, Lauren, but mine's constantly going.
No, of course not.
No, we need to turn it off. But it is there with us quite a lot, even when we're in the car. So every time you pick up your phone, you can have something that you've manifested on as a screensaver on your phone. So you're actually, every time you look at that and it goes to the lock screen, there's the manifestation of what you want.
Absolutely. And so I know a lot of us put like serene waterfalls or beaches, and, you know, all these things on our screensavers. Well, there's a reason for that. Your soul is longing for that type of interaction. And
probably a holiday. And probably a holiday, right? Manifest that holiday, your dream holiday, because let me tell you, it'll come true. And there's nothing that you can't manifest, really. There's nothing that, if it's in your highest good and if spirit wants it, of course, there are things that won't be delivered to you if it's not in your highest good. And I can't say that enough. If it's not done from your heart space, because everything has to be done from unconditional love. Otherwise, spirit will not deliver, and nor does the universe.
And another thing to be watchful for is to be grateful. So a lot of us are not grateful for the current situation that we're in, whatever that may be. And so it's almost like a starting point. So if you want to manifest or have more financial abundance in your life, where you actually need to start is by appreciating and being grateful for the money you currently have coming in.
Yes.
Because it's easy to get into that thought pattern of, this month, that's all I got this week. This is all I'm making this month. Oh my God, I'm not getting enough money. I can't do with this. You know, I need more. But the universe, again, back to that law of attraction, it hears what you say. And the more gratitude and gratefulness that you can show for that little bit of money that you do have coming in. I mean, how grateful am I for that when I know hundreds of thousands of people are suffering, living on the streets, not making money at all. I just feel like that gratitude for money.
It is to be grateful. Yes. No matter what it is, Lauren, we must be grateful and humbled, because if we start falling into that negative energy, that's negative energy, isn't it, Lauren? We're falling into that.
And just because we want to manifest more does not mean that we stop being grateful for what we have.
Yes.
Because it's that grateful energy, that grateful frequency that the universe is going to see coming from us.
Yes. That's exactly.
And the universe will say, hey, here's some more.
Here's some more.
It's magical. It is.
It is a magical thing.
It is.
I
love it. You know, okay, and the last thing, you know, we kind of just want to touch on a little bit here is, you know, this is all well and good. Manifest this, think about this. But what people run up against is is their limiting belief systems. Okay, I'll give you an example of what that means. That's like me saying to myself, I don't deserve success. I don't deserve wealth. I don't deserve love. I'm not worthy enough for a amazing friendship. And you know, these sort of thought patterns get ingrained in us as little kids. You know, something will happen and then we'll be like, oh my God, it's my fault. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person. Oh my God. No, you know. And so, and that's a really fear, anxiety, negative self-talk, doubt.
Yes.
That's a really low vibration place to be, but we're all there. We're all there all the time. Cher, you and I aren't perfect.
No, we are not. No, and we trip and fall the same. We go into our dark. We drop down into our dark, and what I mean by our dark, we fall over and we go down to the dark, and we feel those negative thoughts, and we feel like crap, and we're down there, but we can see a twinkling of light, and then we have to clamber back up. And there is a process to clambering back up. You can't just, well, sometimes you can just fly back up, but other times it is a bit of a climb up that ladder, and it can be a bit exhausting. But when you get there, you'll feel a lot lighter and a lot happier, and that'll be your bliss, absolute bliss.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to mention a trick that I use when I start to go into these negative thought patterns of self-doubt, because you know, I can give the example of several weeks ago when Cher and I were talking about doing this, talking about going live, you know, for the first time. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then the night before, was just inundated with self-doubt. You can't do this, Lauren. You're not good enough for this. You don't know. You haven't like perfected what you want to talk about yet. So wait till you get it all perfected, and then you might be ready to go.
And I bought in the big boot.
Yeah, she brought in her boot.
I brought in the big boot up the bum and reassured her that how incredibly amazing she is. But you work through the process. Sorry, I just had to say that, Lauren, because I love you with heart.
You know, boot me up the butt,
I did boot for a highest good, for the highest good.
And what's interesting is like those feelings I had the night before were so strong, and they were so like self-defeating. And I actually had enough knowledge and space to be able to kind of to say that's not who you really are, Lauren. And not only that, but that's the way you're talking and behaving is not for your highest good.
That's
your highest good is to get out there, be seen, give your messages as often as possible so that you can help as many people as possible. And it's not just my messages, but it's also the healing energies, that I provide. And you can find more about that on my website. It's just that the energy that we put out, we're going to get back. So please don't allow yourself to stay stuck in those negative self-doubt emotions longer than you have to. And then that's also why it's so key to be surrounded by people and friends that get you, that totally get you.
And also that
it's in like the witchy, esoteric energy world.
Right.
We sometimes have a hard time finding our tribe, but
we do.
Internet has now become such an amazing place to find people.
Yeah, absolutely, it has. And if you do get stuck in that place where you are in your dark and you're feeling like, goodness me, it is too much. You know, like Lauren and I have spoken, and Lauren and I have both fallen over. I've fallen over myself, and I've sent Lauren a message and going, okay, that's it. I'm off to the bush. See you later.
And I go, what happened?
Oh, what's going on? And then she's such a beautiful healer, as you know, we work beautifully healing. And this is what I guess I'm getting across. Both of us have been down the paths. We are human. We do fall over, you know, like Lauren explained. But for me, it's like, I'm going bush. See you later. I've had enough. I'm done. But Lauren and I are very blessed to have each other, and we empower each other and uplift each other, and we're very blessed to be able to have that in a friendship. And we have a very lovely circle that we have as well with our family and friends that are close to us that also uplift you. But that is also a segue that if you're finding yourself that you're a bit stuck, please contact Lauren and I, because we have the magic. We know how to do this. We know we can show you ways. We can give you tools. We can empower you. If you come into a session with me feeling really heavy, let me tell you, when you leave, you'll be feeling a lot happier and a lot lighter. And the same with Lauren. If you book a session with Lauren, I'm sure that if you're walking in a bit heavy and you're a bit lost and can't see the woods for the trees, then Lauren is another expert that is able to assist you in that. Our websites are at the bottom, SlatterMedium.com and LaurenApplewood.com. So please don't sit there and think that you're alone, because you're not. We're here to help, and this is our beautiful message, and this is why we're doing our lives. We'd be more than happy to assist in any way, because it's from our unconditional love as we send it out to around the world.
It is. And I think one of the last things that I want to mention is again back to the law of attraction.
Yes.
I want you guys to ask yourselves, I'll ask myself this, Cher will ask herself this, everyone will ask themselves this, which is, who are you becoming? Not just who are you right now, but who are you becoming? Who is it that you want to become? And at that frequency, you're going to attract people that are attracted to who you're becoming, not who you are now. I have attracted plenty of people that are attracted to me for who I am now, but they don't know where I'm going and who I'm becoming, because let me tell you, this trajectory is about going like this, and it ain't stopping.
It's skyrocketing through space at the moment. We're skyrocketing through space at the moment.
You skyrocket out of where you currently are, you tend to shed people. You shed these people, these relationships that have been holding on to you. And they're holding on to you because you have special energy. You have that healer and empathetic energy, or else you wouldn't be watching our show here.
That's right.
So these people, they want to hold on to us as long as they can, but can they keep up with our development? That's the key. And that's what you want to be asking yourself as well.
Releasing what no longer serves you. That's what the new moon's about, and manifesting what you really want in your world, in your realm. That's what the new moon is. That's what the new moon's about, and that's what we've been talking about tonight. Shall I finish with the new moon prayer? Beautiful.
Yes, please. Yes.
And it's a Friday evening over in America. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm just going to give a new moon prayer for the new moon. The goddess is new this Saturday for me and for my fellow beautiful Americans and whoever else is listening around the world. It's on Friday.
Yes.
So I'll just say a bit of a witchy one. Goddess, I call to you tonight, your energy new under your new cycle. I heal and cleanse myself. This new moon, my spirit's renewed. I will remain on this path of growth. Tonight, under your silvery light, I welcome growth. I welcome abundance. I welcome transformation. Blessed be.
Yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And that's for everybody around the world. Blessed be.
Absolutely.
All right.
So I'm excited I'm going to get to work with my intentions, and I'm going to think about one or two things that I may want to manifest in the coming weeks, and do some of the tips and tricks that you gave us, Cher.
And we might come back, we might come back and talk about this, Lauren. How about that? How about we set some intentions and then you and I come back and talk about it in a couple of weeks, see how it comes to fruition, and we can talk about that. So Lauren and I have our own intentions, which we've spoken about privately, but we'll think of some things that we can talk about in a public forum as well. And even if it is a little bit private, we might even say about it, because we do stand in our truth and in our real. And we may come back on in we will come back on. I'm manifesting that now.
Well, it would be
coming on in a couple of weeks.
When we get closer to the full moon, because that is the culmination of what we intentionally set our desires for on the full moon. And so,
Yes.
so it actually is a good time to check back in with yourself. Was I clear enough? Was there anything else I could do differently to have that manifest sooner?
Yes, before the goddess is in full. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Please check out our website, showslatermedium.com and laurenapplewood.com. Have a fabulous evening. Have a fabulous afternoon here in Australia, and sending all of our love. Blessed be everybody, and have a great evening and afternoon. Bye.
We love you so much.
Thank you so much. Join us again. Bye.